Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to my channel. Today is episode 3 of my hashtag 365 tarot spread series. I believe that's the name of it. I can't believe I can't remember the name of my own hashtag. If you do this a response to it, be sure to put that hashtag, which I will have up on the screen since I'm having a lack of my short-term memory here. But anyway, if you're new to my channel, I am picking a spread out of this book for every month. This is the 365 Tarot Spreads by Sasha Graham, and it is broken up by the month. So we are going to look at March, and I will just... Okay, where does March start? All right, so let's just flip through here, and I will see which spread to stop at, whichever one gives me that tingly feeling. What if we do this one right here? This is Alice Hoffman's Practical Magic spread. I love practical magic. I love the movie. I did read a portion of the book. I never fully got into the book, but I absolutely love the movie. So it says, on this day. Author Alice Hoffman was born on this day in 1952. Her extraordinary practical magic describes two bewitching sisters struggling to use their gifts of hereditary magic in life and in love. The summation of the spread. This spread is inspired by Alice Hoffman's magical realm, reflects on the magical currents coursing through your life. Pay close attention to energetic reserves that are yours for the taking when you reach out to become who you truly are. So this is an 8-card spread. Oh, magic. I'm going to have to get one of my, I'm going to have to get a witchy deck. So I will be right back with that. Let's mark this page so I don't lose it. You can zoom in and screenshot this if you want to try this spread, and I'm going to go choose a deck. Okay, so the deck I chose to use is the Find Your Magic Tarot by US Games, written by Julia Manzi, illustrated by Sarah Rotlich. I figured this was a great deck merging the magic with the mundane, and I'm curious to see the cards that come out for this, and I've already moved a few things aside. So let's see if I can prop this up in some way. This is take number 4. Trying to get this book to stand up so I can see it. All right, we've got 8 positions. What is the nature of magic is our first card. This deck, while I like it, is like a little bit big for me to shuffle. Like, in my life. Put this like this. In. What must I cultivate? Must I let go of? Intention should I cast? Okay, so let's work through this spread. I am also going to be referencing the guidebook for this deck because I think some of the write-ups in this book have a little bit of a different take on the cards maybe than what I may see, and I think it would be a good additional layer to bring into this reading. All right, so we are looking at the areas that magic is showing up in our life. But the first question, what is the nature of magic? I don't like that question. So what is the nature of magic in general? What is the nature of magic in regards to my life? Every other question talks about how magic is showing up for the reader and or where the reader should focus their attention, that sort of thing, except for question 1. So I'm going to kind of switch that. So what is the nature of magic currently in my life? Okay. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles is that loss, that lack of resources, something along those lines. So what is the nature of magic in regards to my life? Maybe I'm feeling disconnected from my magic right now, disconnected from the ability to create from the space of magic right now. So the guidebook talks about being depleted. Magic is depleted, blocked by fear and apathy. And then it talks about it's a period of stalemate and instability, and about how life can crush those who tend to take on others' battles and difficulties, making them their own. So maybe part of my problem with my magic right now, or being able to create and manifest anything, is because I'm taking on too much of everybody else's issues and problems, and internalizing their grief and their anxiety, therefore putting up a block to me wanting to interact or create any sort of magic in my life. So question number 2 is, how does magic weave itself through my life? And I would see this as recognizing the success that I've had with the magic, or the intentions, or the things I've tried to manifest or bring into my life, and how much success I've had with that. That's how I would see this card. But the book talks about the 6 is a leader who can reunite members of a team, an individual who is able to neutralize discord in a group and lead them onto a common path. So when we think about the 5 of Wands that precedes this, and the chaotic energy that comes with that 5, this 6 of Wands is stepping in and taking all of that away. So how I weave it through my life is by weeding through that chaos, or not letting that chaos bother me, and moving into a state of calm in order to manifest those things or bring that magic forward. So question number 3 is, what helps me harness my, or no, I'm sorry. Question 3, do I know how powerful I am? And the 10 of Swords doesn't show that power. The 10 of Swords is someone who's basically hit that rock bottom. But I noticed in this that the 10 of Swords mirrors are all broken, and she's shattered basically to her core. Maybe she's shattered by what she's done, or by what others have done to her. So do I know how powerful I am? The 10 of Swords also has that story of rising out of this. So whatever has caused this distraught feeling in your life, you can rise above this. So do I know how powerful I am? Yes, because I am able to move beyond this. I can pull myself up from the ashes, basically. And the 10 of Swords in the guidebook talks about that. It talks about the personality of those linked to the 10 of Swords is fierce and patient. I know when it's the right time to move out of this stage, to move forward, and to create something new. You could see it like that. Question 4 is, what helps me harness my power? And it's the 2 of Swords. And for me, the 2 of Swords is that indecisive energy where you are unable to make a decision, maybe because of so many distractions on the outside, that you have to go inward in order to decide which way to go. But if you look at this 2 of Swords, they've shrunk into themselves. They're like in a protective stance. They've got a bubble around them and someone poking on or tapping on that bubble, like almost trying to invade that space, cross that boundary. So what helps me harness my power, if I go by this imagery, is shutting out the outside world, stepping back from it, pulling back into myself in order to hear myself, know myself, and understand exactly what it is I need, which I can't hear that through the outside noise. That's how I would interpret that. The 2 of Swords in here talks about egoism and indifference. And those linked to the 2 of Swords are completely wrapped up in themselves and have lost all faith in others. Well, I don't know if I necessarily believe that. I don't know if I believe that the 2 of Swords lost all faith in others. I think the 2 of Swords is where you are maybe invaded too much by others, and there's too much of their noise in your head, which is why you have difficulty choosing one way or the other. So to harness my power, I do have to come back into myself. And I don't feel that's an ego thing either. It's just that's the only way I could hear my own voice, is how I would see that. And it goes on to say, you feel divided even within yourself, and you are unable to deal with and manifest the truest part of yourself for fear of consequences or because you refuse to acknowledge it. I understand the fear of consequence a little bit in making that decision with the Two of Swords. But again, it's also when you have so much of that outside noise, you can't make an informed decision. So I'm going to stick with my interpretation. So down here, we have card number 5. Where should I focus my attention? And it's the Seven of Wands. For me, the Seven of Wands is the setting of boundaries, because you're in that defensive stance when you think of traditional RWS, and you are needing to fend off what is coming at you from others. So where should I focus my attention? I need to create stronger boundaries so I can cut out this outside noise, come back into myself, and understand where I need to create that magic in my life. So let's see what the guidebook says for the 7. It says a combative magic launched towards reaching a victory and towards the protection of your own boundaries. So kind of what I said about the boundary issue. The 7 manifests the interior struggle of the soul, the need to define your personality and eliminate external influences, which is, again, what I said. I can't hear my own thoughts. I can't dive into my own magic, my own power, if I have other people interfering with that. Hence the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Swords, and then this 7 of Wands energy. So card number 6 is what must I cultivate? And it's the Ace of Pentacles. I love that it's the Ace of Pentacles for what I need to cultivate. I need to work at creating my own opportunities in order to step into my power, step into my magic. That's how I would see that. So let's see what this says here about the Ace of Pentacles. So it says, happy and fulfilled, magic manifests in the richest, most potent form. People linked to the Ace of Pentacles have expertly made the very most of their resources to reach their desired success in every field. They have fulfilled their dreams after a long journey. I don't agree with that. I don't see the Ace, number 1 in that suit, as the fulfillment of something. I believe that opportunity is being put forth for you, that it is right there in reach of your grasp in order to achieve and to go after that fulfillment of your goal and your success. So what I need to cultivate is the energy to move forward into that success stage. That's how I would see that, not as the fulfillment of it already. What must I let go of? And it's the Ace of Cups. So for this, if it's something that I need to let go of, well, you're not going to let go of love or anything, but you are going to let go of possibly the emotional baggage that has been put upon you, perhaps from these other forces where you've had to set your boundaries. You need to come into yourself to hear yourself, and that 10 of Swords. And it's interesting, I know this isn't the exact layout, but it's interesting that this is right below the 10 of Swords. And I would pay a lot of attention to that in the layout of these cards to see what cards are affecting the other ones around it. So this is in direct relation to this. So if someone hurt me or someone knocked me down or told me that I couldn't do X, Y, and Z, and what helps me harness my power back here, or I'm sorry, do I know how powerful I am? If I'm not listening to others, then yes, I know how powerful I am because I know what I've come through. I know the obstacles I've conquered before. So I need to not carry forward that emotional baggage with me. I need to let that go in order to stand in that power, that magic, that whatever. So for the Ace of Cups, what does it say here? It talks about Ace of Cups is the light in the dark, turned on by love in all its various nuances. Those linked to the Ace of Cups take care of themselves and their loved ones. They have a strong sense of self-confidence. So again, I know this is letting go, but I've got to let go of what shattered my self-confidence up here in order to stand in that power. It says negativity stays behind, and though now is not the right time to openly express your emotions, they are there and should be understood. So to process through that, so I know how powerful I am, and to let go of that. I just find that interesting that these two cards are right beside each other. And then finally, what spell / intentions should I cast? And it's the 10 of Cups. And for me, that would be, I would see that or interpret this as I need to focus on creating intentions, casting, weaving magic around who is in my life and what they bring to my life, and bringing more of that positive, joyful, happy energy in to cut away the people that are tearing me apart and that sort of thing. And here's something else that I'm finding interesting. And I am not looking up these spreads ahead of time. When I flip through them on camera, I'm doing it live or, right here in the moment. And when you think about the first spread, about that evil villain spread, and then we had, that Snow White spread, and now this whole magic spread, but the cards that are coming out are kind of all relating to the same thing about learning how powerful you are, and the process of all of this, overcoming the villain of your story, that sort of thing. That's kind of how these cards have played out. So the spell with the 10 of Cups, or the intention that should be cast here, it is the moment of the utmost realization and shared joy, and the embrace of a united, closely knit group that is ready to help one another. So to bring forward those people, like I said a moment ago, that are here for my highest good, and to keep those in my space and not worry about the chaos and those that are trying to push the boundaries or push their limits with me, and that sort of thing. So let me know what you thought of this spread and what your interpretation would be. How different would it have been surrounding these cards? I don't focus on myself when I'm doing these readings. I just focus in general what the topic could be. So maybe this resonates for somebody out there who's watching this video and feeling a certain way about stepping into their power or creating intentions in their life, or something along those lines. It's kind of a reading for the collective at the same time of sharing this type of reading or this spread with you. So think of it along those lines too. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. Don't forget all the happy YouTube stuff, liking and subscribing, and all the other things that go along with that. I do really appreciate when you comment and like and have a conversation with me in the comments below. So until I see you next time, bye.